Okay, everyone. So now we were able to deploy a backend and we have a URL for a backend. So what you have to do, so you have to do a small thing over here. So just go to your Streamlit app.py file and try to update your URL, a same backend URL / predict, because predict is a route at which we have a predict function so that it will be able to call it. And our backend is already up and running on a render.com. We are going to deploy this front end on a Streamlit cloud. So two separate cloud, one cloud for a front end and one cloud for a backend. So as per my diagram, so we were able to deploy each and everything on for a backend. We have converted into a Docker file and then we have deployed that on a render.com. Now for our front end, so I'm going to use a Streamlit cloud. Now, so what you have to do is that go to Google once again and try to search for a Streamlit. Now, once you are going to search for the Streamlit, you will be able to get a very first link. It's a free one. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to add any kind of a card payment over here. So just click and then try to click on free. And once you are going to click on free, so it is going to ask you for a sign up. I have already done the sign up because I keep on deploying a lot of application on a Streamlit. Once you are going to do a sign up, it will ask you to connect your GitHub repository. So you have to connect your same GitHub repository in which you are going to keep a code, just like a render.com. Yeah. And once you are able to do that, just click on create an app. So deploy a public app from a GitHub. So this is the very first option for me. And then here I can try to select my GitHub repository. So my GitHub repository was customer churn deploy. Yeah. So this was my repository, customer churn deploy. So I have selected that repository. Branch is going to be main, and where is my Streamlit app.py file? So basically that is available inside frontend / Streamlit app.py file. So I'm going to select this one and then I can try to click on deploy. Advanced setting wise, so you can try to select a Python version. So let's suppose if you have built your entire app in Python 3.10, so you can try to select Python 3.10. Otherwise, you can try to leave it. If you have to give some sort of a secret, you can try to keep your secret over here. But as of now, I'm not trying to use any kind of a secret. So that's again completely fine for me. So click on save and then click on deploy. It is going to take a couple of minutes of time and then your app, which is technically your front end, will be up and running. So this is how easy it is, guys, in terms of doing a deployment. So whether it's a backend, whether it's a front end, in no time, right? In a no time, I will be able to deploy it. And technically I have used a two separate platform. I could have used just a render. I could have even Dockerized my front end and deploy on a render. That's completely fine. Vice versa, I could have deployed even my backend by finding out some sort of a workaround even on a Streamlit, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So here, bank churn prediction. As you can see, my app is live. My backend is live over here, and even my Streamlit app is live. Now, just try to click on predict churn with the default value, whatever default value that we have. So let's try to click on predict churn. And prediction API failed. Just please check the API. And if I'm going to come over here, so it is working, by the way. DOCS. Okay, so it may take some time to give me a response. Okay, so application shutdown complete. So finishing a server process. Okay, fine. So basically, I have to click on restart the service because it's a free platform. So if it is a free platform, so they are going to shut down your services because obviously you are going to take their resources. So for some time, so you just have to restart the service. So I have just restarted the service and then I'm going to test it. And that was the only reason why it was failing. Yeah. So let's restart the service because application shutdown complete. It has shut down my application, by the way. So just wait for some time, guys. So still it is trying to spin my server, my backend server basically. And if I'm going ahead with a paid one, then in that case, it's just up to me. They are not going to shut down the system. So whether it's a front end, whether it's a backend or any other deployment which I have done, so obviously they will not try to shut it down. So just wait for some time, guys. Just wait. Okay, so successfully I'm able to restart my server. And now let's try to see so whether I'm able to see something on our docs or not. Still it's taking time for me. My backend is not up and running as of now. Now available at your primary URL. It is telling me that yeah, it's available. And when I'm trying to hit this URL, so it is trying to tell me that this service is currently unavailable. Please try again in few minutes. So maybe it will take some time. It will take some time to like keep it up and running. Although it is showing me a message that available at your primary like URL, your service is live. Application startup complete. So I can see a very clear message over here. But still, I have to wait, I believe, for a couple of minutes at least. This is like a very much normal because we are using a free server, and with respect to a free shared instances, obviously this is going to be the issue. It's not a dedicated one for me. Okay, so my backend is up and running. Now I can try to refresh and then I can try to test it. So my backend seems to be up and running, and now I can come to my Streamlint app and then try to click on predict churn. If my backend is up and running, and yeah, so if it is up and running, I will be able to get some sort of a output, which I'm able to see, which I'm able to get. And here, so yes, there is 200, right? So 200 simply means that the request was successful for me for this particular app. So finally, guys, we are able to deploy this entire app front end on a Streamlint cloud and backend on a Render cloud platform. And we are able to communicate on this two separate platform with the help of an API that we have created with the help of Fast API framework. So hope all of you have liked it. All of you have enjoyed it, and please try to implement it. If you are going to face any kind of a issue, please try to ping me in a group or maybe inside a chat box. Obviously, I'm going to respond back and I'm going to help you out with this one. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. Take care and see you again in my upcoming lecture.